Blue Tick, back again, in the building. Myself, Bugsy B.
Myself, D. Godan.
This week we got a special guest with us. Goes by the name of Chris Kongo. If you don't know, you better get to know. He's a local South London boxer who's making mad noise on the scene. Yep. And if you don't know about him, you're going to get to know right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Big up yourself, Chris.
Come on.
Thank
Chris,
you for coming through.
2slick Kongo. Love for the brothers.
Sorry.
You get me?
Nice to have you
me on. So it's Chris 2slick Kongo, professional boxer from South London, Bermondsey. And yeah, man, we're here.
We're here.
Come on, big up.
Yeah, let's talk.
First and foremost, want to big up Blue Rum family every single time.
Quellers.
The sponsors, Quailers Food Shop, Southeast 6 George Lane. Go check them out.
Never brought no food again. But
yeah, man. Nah, big up, Chris. You don't know.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come. Still. Let's get into your journey, man. So, let's start at the beginning.
Start at the very scratch.
Very start. So, when did you first realize you wanted to be a boxer?
My journey. Okay, cool. So, I started from the age of 8. Yeah, so very young. I got 2 older brothers who paved the way for me, started before me. We were traveling to Fisher ABC in Bermondsey. So
can I stop you there? Yeah. Just one sec. What area are you from? Where did you grow up?
Old Kent Road, Bermondsey.
Old Kent Road, yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we'll travel to Fisher ABC. I was more there for the youth club because it's a youth club, right? 3 floors. You got football, table tennis. They got everything there. But as I started to get older, I started watching my brothers train, so I got into it through them, and started off. Then next thing you know, 2-3 years, I had my first amateur fight from then.
So what age was you?
11.
I swear that.
11, and I lost my first 2 fights, but I kept pushing because I wanted to know what it felt like to win. And eventually, from the 2 losses, I had like a 13-win streak, winning the championships, become #1 in the UK at 14, done it again at 16.
ABAs?
Yeah, ABAs. This was the junior ABAs. Okay. So done it again at 16. Got an England call up, but I didn't make the cut. But that was the first time I didn't make the cut. So I just thought, yeah, I gotta just keep working, keep pushing. And eventually, 2013, I become a part of Team GB just through hard work and graft from a young age. So that's been the journey growing up, and obviously from then, being part of Team GB, training with the likes of Luke Campbell, Anthony Joshua, all the top fighters now.
Great.
And some that have retired. And yeah, turning pro at 2016, having my debut was probably one of the best moments of my life.
No, that's it.
But I would say, going back to your question about when was the actual turning point, I think it was getting to university where I was studying, but I was also training. And it was hard to balance the 2, because if I'm running at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting back to wake up for a 9 o'clock lecture and trying to do work, and then I was living in North them times, so I used to travel from North all the way to South, because that's when I moved to the Lynn. So I stayed there, and
legendary gym.
The training there, it was so hard, man. It was so hard, and it was like in that moment I had to pick if I'm gonna do boxing or if I'm gonna stay and stick to my studying.
What was you studying in university?
I was studying sports science.
Okay.
So obviously before I got into the Team GB, I had that moment where I said, you know what, let me do both and see which one prospers more. And obviously boxing.
Was there ever a point in that from 11 to university where you was getting in trouble or anything?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I grew up in the era where Old Kent Road, it was called Brooklyn.
Yep.
And then obviously the beef with them and Peckham. But I always knew, and I thought to myself, is that what I really wanted to do? I had to think twice. when I was doing a lot of stuff and getting into trouble, and
that's exactly why
getting nicked and for stupid things like stolen peds. Man, I had it for months driving around, and I thought, this ain't the life, really, is it? So I always knew at the back of my mind, fighting was all I think about. Even when it was on the block, man, them are smoking, I'm thinking about tomorrow I got gym, so I need to go home.
No, that's tough.
I mean? Yeah. So yeah.
Growing up in your ends, what would you say it was like as a child growing up?
It was, you know what? I think back in the days compared to now, it was a lot different because you couldn't go anywhere without someone looking at you wrong or asking you a certain question. I think now you can just walk places and it's all right.
Mind your business.
Unless you got beef with a certain person, or this person is just a bit too aggy and wants to try you, wants to test you. Yeah. But back then it was a lot harder, I believe, anyway, because you could go whatever area, someone's gonna question you.
A look alone could get you in beef.
Alone can get, even a hat wearing P, with you wearing P on it.
Is that legal?
Can ask you, yeah, this is Lamar's hat, but yeah, big up LB anyway. Yeah, it's one of my sponsors. But yeah, I believe back then it was hard. You couldn't go Brixton wearing a P hat.
It's beef.
Yeah, it's a madness.
Cool.
So, yeah, I believe now is a lot. Even though these youngins, they're rolling around with these mad ZKs and all these mad kind of knives. It is peak. I think each era has its way, but I believe old school era was always the hardest.
Yeah, I hear that still.
You know what's mad? You see Old Kent Road. You know, like until I heard of them, I never imagined there was any use down there. You know, you just think Old Kent Road is just Old Kent Road. It's passed through on the way to West. You know them ones there, like Aylesbury. Okay, yeah, I get it. There's use. Peckham use, Gloucester. There's but actually on Old Kent Road. But there's estates. So I don't know why. I don't know what this is. What I mean. Like I don't know why I'm checking it like that. Because there's definitely estates. There's a good amount of estates on Old Kent Road. So I don't know why. That was just me. I just thinking.
We had a number of guys that obviously used to rep Old Kent Road, which was called Brooklyn, but there wasn't many of us, but we stayed solid. We kind of stayed solid, but obviously growing up, you know how it goes. You get older, man, them go jail. Yeah,
separate paths, different paths.
Yeah, certain man passed away. Rest in peace. Some people obviously get deported. We've had
some people went mad.
Some people went mad. So, and some people turned out to be a success, like myself, which I'm really proud of, because them days was definitely hard.
Okay, so what you say you got two older brothers? Was it just you three? They were your only two siblings, yeah?
No, I got a sister as well.
You got a sister as well. And where are your parents from?
My parents originally from Congo.
Yeah. So obviously, it was in the name. That was a question that we asked before you come. You get me? So it's in the name. But that's tough still. So when you was younger, was you a bit of a troublemaker amongst your peers, or did you respect your older brothers?
No, I respected my older brothers.
Did you?
Yeah, because I knew I would get my ass kicked if it was anything like coming back home late, all of this stuff. I used to get my ass handed to me. Nothing was ever easy, even in training. Like if I had a bad round, I would know about it. That's why I'm so hard on like people like my nephew and stuff like that. Are they following? I don't want them to box. No.
You don't want them to box?
No. I want to do the hard work. I want them to see. Yeah, but I want them, obviously. At the moment, they can fight. Obviously, they get the gloves on and that, but they're also into football, which that's everyone's parents' dream and family's dream for their son or whatever, even daughters now, to become top footballers. So that's my dream for them. And I never want to see any of my younger family or whatever in the ring. But at the same time, if they want to do it, by all means go ahead, but just know It's not going to be easy. It takes hard work, dedication, and you can't start something and not finish it.
Definitely.
That's what I'm about.
Definitely.
So that's why I'm still in this game till now. Even if my pro career has probably been the hardest part of my life, but I'm still here. I'm still surviving. I'm still fighting, and I'm still going because I know one day I'm gonna get to the top.
No, I rate that still.
So, how many pro fights have you had now?
16.
And you won?
I've won 14, lost 2. Yeah.
Okay, you see on your losing fights, yeah. Obviously, you say you're hard on yourself. You can be hard on yourself, yeah. What mindset does that put you in? Because obviously, you don't come out to lose. You come out to win.
Always trained to win.
What did that do to your confidence as a boxer?
I would say my first loss, going through that, obviously the way it happened was a shock, because obviously a lot of people in the crowd was like, I was asking a few people, I said, what do you think? They said, yeah, nah, it's quite close, but they weren't my real people. And at the time, at that first loss, my real people weren't there, because I boxed during COVID. Yeah. So
is that when you fought Luther?
That was my fight after Luther.
Okay, yeah.
So the fight when I boxed Luther, there was no crowds.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing about it was, I had been out for so long because people weren't interested in taking a fight with me. Obviously, reason being, I was a massive threat in the division. Anybody knows, people know me. If you know boxing, you know Chris Congo, massive threat in the division. Big, strong. I can box and I can fight. I'm trying to be that kind of fighter like Terence Crawford who can do it all. And I believe and I know for a fact I'm gonna get there because I'm putting in the work.
I rate that still.
But going back to the loss, obviously the moment, it was hard because you just lost and people are putting cameras in your face, and at the time you just don't know what to say. And for me, I just wanted to run it back, even if it was right there and then. Like, it's crazy. I just wanted to run it back. But going back to my hotel room, no one was there, family, friends, nothing. That was probably the lowest and the saddest time that I've ever been.
Swear down.
Serious.
Yeah, but they say you learn more about yourself in your losses, in your defeats. Most definitely.
And when I got back, I just thought, nah, I need to get back into the gym straight away. I had a couple days off and I was back like I never left, man. Seriously. So
that's the right mentality.
Yeah,
was that the last time you lost?
No, my last loss was against the British champion Echo Essiman, who I boxed in January. But looking back on that fight, I still believe till this time that I won the fight. Yeah.
That fight was real close.
Yeah, it was a real close fight, but when I'm breaking it down and I'm looking, I'm seeing, raw, okay, cool, I won these amount of rounds. When I look back, a lot of people said, oh, Chris, but he was the champion, so you should have ripped the belt off him, which I understand. But if a guy's won the fight, he's won the fight. And that's a discipline. Fight that I would love to get a rematch on. But also, I know that, listen, if you lost, innit? You know what I mean? You take it and you bounce back.
This is the problem with boxing, you know, Car. To beat a champion, you gotta beat him. You can't be close. To beat a champion, even if you beat him, but it's a close fight, they're gonna lean the way of the champion. You gotta beat a champion beat a champion.
For sure.
It's crazy. I noticed that a lot in boxing. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
What would you say your hardest fight has been to date?
To date, I would say physically, mentally, because boxing is a mental thing. There's nothing more tiring than in the mind, right? And I believe, obviously, even boxing is a spiritual thing, you know. There's nothing more spiritual than these. Yeah? And going back on it, I think Luther Clay was definitely my hardest.
Do you know,
opponent.
I think that fight was a fucking bad boy fight.
Yeah,
you know,
for
were
sure.
giving it to each other, and you see the height difference as well. He was hit like, the more the fight was going on, he seems like a type of fighter that likes to get hit. The more he was getting hit, the more he was trading. You get me?
He just kept pressing and pressing and pressing. But one thing in that fight, I was well conditioned for. I was training through COVID, and I was just saying, look, obviously this fight was supposed to happen just before lockdown, and it didn't happen. I was down for about a month or so, but then I said, look, if this fight is still gonna happen, then I need to be training, I need to be working. And the thing is as well, the hardest part of that was the mental state, because before Luther Clay, I was out of the ring for like 18 months.
Okay.
And I only ever done 6 rounds. I never done more than 6 rounds.
Okay.
Never done the 10. And I thought, oh no, what am I getting myself into? I kind of needed a warm up, but at the same time I didn't, because I overcame everything. And I think that got me switched on for the fight. Just knowing that I'm facing a champion. He's defended the belt like 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I'm gonna win this fight, I need to rip the belt off him. And I believe Eddie didn't give me no favors, so I had to win by knockout. That was the only thing on my mind throughout. Going back to that fight, that because I've been out for so long, it's like football, right? You got a guy that's been injured or been on the bench for so long, and then imagine a person going from not playing for 18 months, then going straight into Champions League.
100%.
Straight. I didn't have anything. I remember the first 4 rounds was like a blur, because it was like, hold on, I'm fighting this guy. He was actually talking to me in the fight, and I didn't know what was going on. I was so confused. Like, but after the 4th round, in the 4th round, I hit him with a shot, and I looked at him and I said, I got this guy. That's it. Now I'm back.
100%.
Now I'm back. No one's gonna stop
confidence boost.
Yeah, that was it. But the first couple rounds, man, it was like a blur still.
Yeah, that's mad. You said you was out of the ring for 18 months previous, yeah? What was that for? An injury, or was you just...
That was due to politics of boxing, people not wanting to fight. It was basically based on them 2 things. So trying to find good management to get me on the big platforms, and trying to get fights with the people that are basically high caliber.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a little rumor on the roadside. Yeah. Dillion's your manager, innit?
Yeah.
There's a little rumor that you two have got a little in the ass. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard. I'm just saying that's what I heard, innit? So I got to ask the question. Since you brought up management, I'm just gonna ask, like, what's the deal there? Because I don't know, innit? So,
I don't. I'm not managed by Dillion anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, the contract's done.
Okay.
It's done, finished, and
you sound like
I'm just moving on. Listen, obviously, you see one thing in life. I believe I'm a classy man, yeah. So anything that goes on behind closed doors, I'm not one to go on the internet and start talking bad about someone. But I believe if you do wrong is gonna happen to you. Yeah. And if you fly straight, only good things will come to you. So me, I fly straight. If a man don't wanna fly straight, that's him. But at the end of the day, I'm flying straight, and I believe now my career is gonna go up. So the contract is done. I wish him all the best.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't know if he wishes me the best, but it is what it is. And I'm moving forward now with my career and my life.
100. How hard is it to find, like, good management, or management that you lot can work with each other to have a perfect balance in boxing? Because I know it's a fickle sport. I know it's just like the music game. It's very chew you up and spit you out type of thing. You get me?
100%.
So how hard is it, and how do you find these managers? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
You know what? It's all about research and just knowing people in the game, yeah, because you can have like one of the best managers ever, does everything for you, but if he can't get you to a platform that's gonna push your career, there's no point. But then again, you get the ruthless guys who will manage you, don't get me wrong, but certain managers are all about just a phone call. Oh, can you get this fight for my boy? All right, cool. How much is it? Done. All right, yo, Chris, you're fighting this day. Yeah, make sure you're prepared. That's
Suit
it.
yourself.
And they won't even see you until you're doing the ring walk. Then your manager comes. You know what I'm saying?
That's mad.
And then after you win, your manager calls you. Oh, have you been paid yet? Or a lot of the time is the money goes to the manager. So you're having to call your manager, say, yo,
where's my peas?
Where's my peas, bro? You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's a funny old game, man. And I believe now, obviously, I'm in conversations with a management that I've seen and that are looking to take over the game and are doing very well with a fighter called Jamie TKV, and they're doing very well with a fighter called Jesse Brandon. And I believe they will be the next up, and a lot of people are gonna wanna join them because they fly straight. Yeah, they fly straight.
Yeah, I rate that.
I'm not gonna say any names, but if whatever gets posted soon, just know it's gonna be big news.
Yeah, no, I rate that still.
Conduct yourself proper, you know.
No, 100.
You carry yourself good, man. Because a lot of people might have took a sly dig at Dylan with that little comment there, and I like that you carried yourself really proper about that situation.
Even with his situation now, like obviously he's missed a bag. Like I don't know what's happened. His team know what's happened. He knows exactly what's happened there.
Knowing how to conduct yourself, and I suppose one thing with boxing that would have taught you this stuff is boxing's a thing that teaches you discipline. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So I know, yeah, in order to be a professional fighter, you have to have that.
You have to be able to control your emotions as well.
No doubt. I've always been a fighter. Like I still get the thrill till this day. Like in my mind, I'm like a kid sometimes. And why I love the game so much is like I see it as, because I'm tall for the weight. Certain time it's
You're
like
very tall for the weight still.
Yeah. Certain time it's like I can hit you, but if you can't hit me, I'm having a field day.
Yeah.
I'm having a field day in my mind. But if you do hit me, I'll be like, no problem. I'll run it back. It might not be this round, maybe the next round.
But you're getting something.
I'm coming. You're getting something.
100%.
Yeah, that's
all right.
me.
So you talk about the big fights, the fights that are meaningful to you. Yeah. Who in the welterweight division do you have your eyes set on?
If you had to pick one fight tomorrow, like any fight in the world.
Any fight in the world.
If you could get any fight in the world, who would you pick?
It'll have to be Floyd. Even though he's retired, it will have to be Floyd. They say, "Raw, you can."
Is that only for the payday?
It's for the payday. It's for experience too.
100%.
These fights are all experience. My last fight was my first 12 rounder, and the guy basically said, Echo basically said, he didn't say he was better than me. He's got more skill, but he said, I beat Chris on experience, right? And this is what I'm saying. If I had, that's what I believe. I've had the hardest time in my career, basically based off fights, because I haven't been getting any fights beforehand. And where I've come now, and I'm getting fights, they're all hard and against people that's been getting fights and that's had the experience that they need.
Yeah.
But I haven't had that. But imagine if I did have that.
Yeah.
These guys would be running. They wouldn't want to fight.
100%.
Yeah.
I hear that still.
So I believe even till now, I don't care what anyone says. I'm the best welterweight in the country. I don't care. Yeah. If a fighter don't have that mindset, what are you doing? You may as well just forget about it.
100%.
Yeah. I believe my next 3 fights will definitely put me top 10 in the world, because I'm currently top 20 in the world. And once I get to the top 10, and I'm sure Terence Crawford will vacate the belts, there's going to be 4 belts vacant. I'm going to fight for one of them, I promise you that. And when I do that and I win it, I'll bring it back here. The blue tick. Bring it back here, right on this table. Remember I said that, bring it back here. And we'll talk about it.
I love that.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 30. What was it? You see, like, I hear stories about the Lin, yeah? Because the Lin's a legendary boxing gym.
Legendary,
What was it like training there?
It was good because there was just, man them was going to war. Yeah, man them will go to war. Even when days when I wasn't there, because I started off at Fisher, and my reason leaving Fisher to go to the Lin was because my amateur coach at the time moved from Fisher to the Lin. And I've always been that kind of loyal and solid guy. So I thought, if he's going and he's been there with me from the start of my journey and me winning my first national title, I gotta go. There's no other option. And obviously you hear from back in the days with Tunde Ajayi and some of the other top guys that it's not easy. Sparks, yeah. You hear all of the top guys there, and it's just like, this is the gym to be, yeah, because it's tough and everyone's just on smoke. So yeah, when we moved there, I just knew to get my head down and just work, because if I ain't working, these guys are working, and these guys gonna kick my ass in sparring, and I ain't having that. No way. Yeah.
What are you like in sparring? Are you more, because you know, like you get there's 2 types of sparrers. There's the aggressive one and there's the non-aggressive one. There's a man that comes into sparring and he's fully going for it, and there's a man that kind of holds back when he spars. Which one are you?
I think I'm a bit of both, because at the same time I want to learn, and what my coach tells me, I want to keep practicing that and drill it, because if I can do it in the spar, I can do it in a fight. But then again, you got people that just want to take your head off in sparring, regardless. Like I remember sparring Chris Eubank Jr. Me and Pess went down. So we're chilling, we're doing a little bit of shadow boxing, we're there. And Chris Eubanks come, he's like, you guys are not warm. You guys need to warm up because my son, he's coming to finish you. And I thought, what? What's he talking about? So I said, you know what? Let me warm up, man. Let me focus. Let me focus, because I'm not liking this, yeah? And obviously, previously, I heard that when Junior comes to spar, he don't care what weight you are. He don't care how many fights you had. He's come to take your head off. He's like proper on it. So I thought, yeah, cool. I'm ready now. Warm. Pess has gone in first, done the 4, done his thing. Yeah, everybody knows Pess in the gym. He can mash work. Yeah, he's done his thing, and then it's my time. And obviously I've gone in, done my thing. Of course, it's on the net. You lot can see
that still.
Yeah. It's on the net.
I see that still.
It's on the net, so you lot can see I done my thing. I held my own for a guy that was 3 weight classes above me. I believe I held my own.
Yeah, I read that.
Back to the sparring thing. Sometimes as well, it all depends what kind of energy the person's bringing. Yeah, if they're bringing. Sometimes you go to the gym. Some sparring partners, they don't even want to talk to you. And you think, wow, what's wrong with this shoot? Right, he's coming with smoke. All right, no problem. I got to come with smoke.
Yeah.
Or you see the guys, they're all blessed, whatnot, cool. First round, you feel them out, and they might come with smoke or they might not. But depending on what they come with and depending on what I need to work on is how I go off based off sparring.
Yeah. Do you feel like when you're sparring with people that it's like all respect's just lost for that moment while we're sparring?
100%.
Like we just don't have respect for each other. We're in there to do what we gotta do.
Defo. And you know what's so mad? Some of my toughest spars obviously has been with the top guys, but some of the hard spars have been with guys that don't really speak English. Yeah, because they might do certain things. Like the other day, sparring this Polish guy, he kept trying to low blow me and say sorry, and I said, listen, if he does that one more time, I'm going mad. we're switching off the clocks. We're just gonna keep going. Yeah, which luckily he didn't. And after, he was very respectful. But during the spar, it was all out war. I remember being part of Team GB team and going to, where did I go? I think we went Germany for a training camp. And there's different countries. None of them speak English, and we're doing a technical spar. But these guys, they don't speak English. So let's say the combination is 1-2 hook, and you got to defend, and then the other partner got to do it, right? So it's drilling. We're doing drills. 1-2 hook. I'm seeing 1-2 hook. Guys are going to the body. They're mixing up to the head, and they're going, sorry.
Me don't understand.
So they don't understand. So I was like, what is going on? This was the first round. And then in between the second round, I'm looking at all my other teammates, and I'm like, rah, these men are going to war. So it's a war thing, because my partner don't know how to speak English. So he's kind of taking the P now, because he's not supposed to be throwing body shots, but he's throwing body shots. And after that, everyone was just going to war.
Smoke.
Literally, everyone was just on smoke.
Yeah, nah, that's mad.
And then you know what? What's so mad is after that, everyone was so respectful.
Yeah.
You know?
No, because you see, as a boxer, you have to take it for what it is, man. It's not personal. This is what we do. We box. It's not personal. We're gonna fight, but you don't want to kill me. I don't want to kill you. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. This is just, you're in the line.
You get lost
of me.
in it.
You're in the line of me getting my goal. Innit? I got a goal and I got to achieve it. Sorry if you're in the line. I got to crush her. That's just how it goes.
Talking about friends in boxing, we obviously see my two guys, Joshua Boatsi and Dan Aziz, fighting. And look at them. They've done so many rounds together.
They're friends.
They're actually friends. Yeah? And now they're actually fighting. So it's lovely to see. It's beautiful to see, because they can put friendship aside for just 36 minutes.
Yeah.
Put friendship aside, get the bag, and the winner gets to fight for a world title after that. That to me is just, it's so lovely to see. There's not really that much needle, and there doesn't need to be anyway. They don't need to put on a show for you guys, because they're friends at the end of the day.
100%.
Knowing both of their styles, it's going to be a barnstorm.
Yeah.
Like,
when is that?
October the 21st.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So knowing that fight, it's going to be crazy. Just because both styles, no one really wants to take a step back, especially Dan Aziz. And I rate him so much because he's come from the small hall shows just like myself, but he's kept himself very active, and every performance he's getting better and better. And looking at it, people think they can beat him until they get in there with him. And then now they're in there with him, and it's just hard. He's giving them hell. Yeah, which is great, and I love it, man, and I believe it's going to be a great fight with him and Boatsi.
Nah, right now, I'm definitely going to be watching that. So talking about their fight, when is your next fight? When do you plan on fighting next?
Wait.
We're saying not
What
doing
was
it.
that argument about the other day? Just wait. You can't go into when the next fight is, because he's calling. They was having an argument. Did you see it?
Yeah, Florian Marku.
Is that when you phone my man on the phone?
Who's that? No, this was. When was this? This was Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, last week.
This was last week.
Monday.
Yeah,
Okay.
Monday.
Yeah.
So let me tell you all of this. This is where it started from. So 2000 and what year was it? 2021, when Joshua boxed Pulev. He was fighting on the undercard, and obviously I beat Luther, and I'm trying to get one more in. And this is what I mean about fighters pulling out and me not getting fights. I was frustrated because I won a title and nobody's on it. Where's everyone? What's going on? Yeah, I've got the title. People need to come and see me. And at the time, I was supposed to box someone for the British title eliminator. I've gone to thingy. They're saying, yeah, it's gonna go to purse bids. Eddie's gonna do the purse bids. The day of the purse bids, the guy pulled out of the purse bids, and I'm like, oh my days, I can't even get a fight, and I got a title. So yeah, so going back to the story, so what happened was he was fighting on Joshua's undercard, right? And the week of the fight, his opponent pulled out. And they're saying, we're looking for opponents. Who's ready? Me, I'm a professional. This is what I do every day.
I'm always ready.
You guys go to work. Everyone else go. My work is in the gym. I just come back from training now. So I was ready. I said, yeah, boom. I threw my name in a hat. I said, let's go. I'm down. Let's go. I got so many retweets. Everybody was on it. I said, yeah, cool. If it's just a 6-rounder, my title's not on the line, let's fight. It doesn't have to be championship weight. 150 is cool. £3, what's that? Nothing. Yeah? And he wasn't on it. He was not on it because he was coming out with excuses. You have to make the championship weight. If you don't make the championship weight, the fight is off. And you know what's so mad? When he found an opponent and actually boxed that day,
he went on the he never made the championship weight.
He even come overweight. I was so shocked. I was like, hold on. This guy's been boasting about saying he wants to fight in 8-ounce gloves and all of that. Listen, it don't matter what gloves you wear. If you can punch and you're a real puncher, someone's going down. So it don't matter. And if you was really on it, you would have said, yeah, come, whatever way.
100%.
Yeah, so it started from then. And obviously, we still been going back and forth for a long time. He's been saying stuff. I've been saying stuff. But I actually haven't seen this guy. I haven't seen him like live like this.
Yeah.
So I said, don't worry. When I see you, I'm going to approach you. I'm going to come to you and we're going to talk about getting this on. Fast forward to last week, Monday, I went to the Boatsi press conference. I went there to see my promoter, Ben Shalom. I said, yeah, let me go to him so we can have a little chat, see what date he's gonna give me, whatnot. No problem. So I'm looking.
You're looking for my man, though.
Looking for him, yeah. I was looking. Someone tapped me on my shoulder, turn around, Ben Shalom's gone. So I'm thinking, what's going on? Looking for this guy, looking for him. Say, hold on, what's he doing here? So I said, I've seen him, he's seen me. But he's kind of like looked at the camera like he ain't seen me, but he saw me. But like I said, I'm a man on my word, yeah? So if I say when I see you, I'm going to pull up on you, But then, I didn't pull up in a disrespectful way. I pulled up on him, but I said, you know what? Today's not my day, innit? Today is not our day. Today is about Boatsi and Aziz. So let me not do the little madness or whatever. Let me just go to him and ask him and see what he's saying, because then now I can see what he's like, see his reaction, if he's really on it. So I've pulled up to him and I put my hand out to shake his hand. I said, it's good to see you live in the flesh now. Now we can talk about getting this fight on. And he's like, you need to get your loss, you need to get your wins back from the guys that beat you. And I'm saying, bro, you haven't fought nobody of any credible source. Who have you fought? The last guy you fought in your hometown, Albania, which he did sell out, so props to him. The last guy you fought was, first of all, from a lighter weight class. The guy was a light welterweight, 1. And 2, when he dropped you and your legs was all over the place, imagine this. There was 10 seconds left to go. The bell went just before the 10 seconds. So that means they basically cheated my man. Because he was winning the fight, and a lot of the time in the fight, the guy wasn't holding, but they took off points off the guy for holding.
Oh, you're lying.
It was the most corrupt fight I've ever watched live.
It's a money thing, innit? You just said they sold out the arena, innit?
Of course, he sold out the arena, and the guy, like, hands down won the fight. Clearly. Like, if that 10 seconds was still there in, I think, round 8, when he got dropped, he would have knocked him out. He would have finished him. So, yeah, man, it's just been from there. And I said, listen, you ever fought nobody in the UK apart from Chris Jenkins? Some old guy, some old legs. Even me, I didn't want to fight him because I already know that guy, that's done in 4 rounds. Listen, if I come back to my corner, and I've had certain situations in my early career, and my coach has gone, listen, if this fight is still going on after 3, bro, you're not getting no water. I said, no problem. Knockout, first round. Bang.
I want my water.
Straight. I want my water.
Run
Run my water.
Oh my days.
Same thing with Chris Jenkins. If it goes past 5, 6 and all of that, nah, don't give me no water, man. I don't even deserve it. That's how much of an old dog he was.
Journeyman.
Not journeyman, but he's just an old dog. His legs are gone. He's punchy. Yeah, he's done. He's done. So he's only fought him, and I said to him, listen, you've only fought, come and see us. There's loads of us in the division, yeah? And then he's gonna be like, no, he's, you know what's so mad? Because of the situation, I was actually gonna walk away, because like I said, it's not my day, and I didn't come. If you see me, I was in Crocs, just come out the gym, man's just on a rush thing, yeah? So he's like, go away. And I'm thinking, what? You can't tell a big man like me to go away, and I'm gonna go. And it's on camera. No, I'm not having that. Say, bro, speak to me with respect to that. I'm not going away. And that's when he's pushed me. So now he's pushed me. I felt his power through the push. I said, raw, is that all you got? And I'm in Crocs as well. I should have went flying, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now everyone's seen it online because it's all over the net. Now the fight has to happen.
100%.
Because you've gone all emotional and pushed me.
Yeah.
And obviously I've got so much racist comments from these guys. And what's so crazy is I tweeted one of the racist comments. And he didn't even think to put on his Instagram, raw, you lot allowed racist here. So that means you're supporting them.
You condone it,
100%.
You're condoning them.
100%. Yeah, so that's even more. You see, when you go through it,
that makes me think, yo, nah, this fight gotta happen.
Yeah, some slavery beatings you're gonna give him.
What?
Yeah, I guess.
You don't even know what's coming to him.
Yeah, that's mad.
And bear that.
Ask your question. So you see, if you would have responded, you're like, a push would have been alright, but you lot are not allowed to hit each other outside of this ring.
He was ready though. When I was coming to him, he was like that. I said, yeah, you're ready, no problem.
Can you use your license though, innit?
Yeah, depends, you know. Money talks. Money talks.
Mad
if
still.
You're not hurt. You get before the fight, you probably get a little fine. Yeah. Same as like, I think Crawford, a couple man have got little fines for little palavers, nothing major, but even after the fight is cool.
Blood, I was in a situation one time, Acre Lane, you get me? Before I even knew who this boxer was, Anyway, I'm in a food shop. Make him wanna hit me out the Suli's pussy club. I'm in the food shop, you get me? My man's pushed in front of me and that. So like I'm saying, who's this brother, you get me? Anyway, I've gone outside, my brethren's in the van, and I'm saying, somebody called pussy, I was just pushed in front of me, you know, it's lucky that, you get me? Boom, got my food, sat in the van. So I'm pointing at my man and saying, hey, yeah, that's my man, you get me? Look at idiot trying to push by. He's saying, hey, you see that idiot you're talking about? That's David Hay, heavyweight champion. I said, don't, like, he said, yeah, I didn't know who he was, you get me? But I say, you see how easy it is to just get yourself in shit. And you gotta wonder to yourself, if a man, that's why I asked you the question, if you don't start throwing fists outside of the ring, it's gotta, you get what I'm trying to say? It can go wrong. It can go really wrong.
It can go really wrong because obviously you look at situations like a guy I know, a good guy I know, Ty Mitchell. He was out and apparently the guy started on him. He hit the guy, punched him, knocked him out and killed him.
See it there?
Yeah. And obviously he done his jail time, he's come out, he's changed his life. And you see situations like that happen and it's like, do you want to do that? But also, some people are just out to test you.
100%.
People just want to test you.
They want the bag, innit?
Why do you want to test me? And what I've like, I had this conversation with my brethren like couple months back, and obviously there's been situations where man's been places and people just want to test man, and obviously they don't know who I am and they don't know what I'm about, and they probably don't even watch boxing, so they don't even know. But it's like there's a certain point where apparently like, if a man comes in your space,
you can defend yourself.
You can defend yourself, and you can hit first and ask questions later.
I think it's a one bang you can get. You can't follow up, and
you can't follow up. Yeah. A one bang is allowed. So I didn't know that until I proper done the research on it. Yeah. And I'm like, raw.
You're like to bang a man once if he comes into your space.
Yeah, if he comes into your space,
he invades your space and you feel threatened. You're like to give him a one.
Yeah,
you won't even get nicked.
Yep.
Like I gave him a one. It's only if it materializes to something like a man hurts himself or kills himself, then obviously it gets investigated and rare.
For sure.
But if they're shown that you're not following up with other punches, you get what I'm trying to say.
So a man come in your personal space and you say to him, yo, you're coming in my personal space.
Back up.
You can tell a man back up. If you don't back up,
bam.
And that's all you need, innit? You only need one like that.
Boy.
That's mad still.
We should go back to boxing.
Nah, it's mad still.
See, every time I interview these man, I'm saying, nah, man, I gotta get back in there.
I see when man was boxing,
I gotta train.
There was a number of us that was boxing training and boxing.
You guys in
now
Blue
you see,
Bar,
even when we stepped out, there's events we stepped out to.
The level of confidence,
man, felt like weapons.
The confidence.
You know what I'm trying to say?
You're just confident. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you feel like a weapon.
Man was training hard, but man was training like 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
For about 2.5, 3 months. Yeah. And at the end of that 3 months, man actually felt like, yo, we've been training. Man's fit. Man
You're ready
man
for
can fight.
it.
Man can do a 3-minute round.
Yeah.
On the road, in the boxing world, 3-minute round ain't nothing. But on the road side, you see, to be able to box for 3 minutes and fight and still stand up.
Yeah,
that's a madness.
Yeah,
it's long.
With banners. You get
me? That's nuts. So man, everybody was feeling like, make a boy train.
It is mad still.
It's crazy because in Blue Bar, you guys, the blue side, you lot known for fighters. You lot can fight still. A lot of you lot used to box.
It's mad still. And then especially when you see what I realised, like there's men that walk into boxing at a certain age, they are not, they can box, but they're not natural boxers. The i.e.s, the Deontay Wilders and that, they might have a bang on them, but you see when someone's been their craft from 8 years old, bro,
it's different.
It's a whole different ball game.
100%.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like that is their bread and butter, biscuits and tea. Come, let's do this thing. You get me?
You know Anthony Smalls?
Of course.
Yeah, that's my boy. I grew up with him.
Yeah. I know Anthony Smalls from you.
Big up Anthony. He was before he went to Islam and that. He was on his way to greatness.
For sure. For sure.
Because I remember that the headline was from champ to chump.
I was at his
after
first.
they
I was at his first
caught
fight.
him with the whole burning the flag stuff. You get me?
I was at his very, very first fight. I was there.
He could punch as well, even from amateur days.
Yeah.
He could punch. So I believed at that time I was only young, man. But
you would have been 30 now.
Yeah, I would have been super. I would have been a babe.
Yeah. So I would ask you a question. You see, when you was fighting in lockdown, you see where you fought with, like, there was no crowd in that. It was like, and it looked like it was in someone's big mansion's back garden, basically.
Was it Eddie's?
Yeah, Eddie Hearn's back garden.
Right, you get it. So, what was the feeling? What was the difference? The fact that there's no crowd, like.
You know what?
Could you focus more, or sometimes you need the crowd to give you that boost?
Nah, I can focus regardless. But to me, it was mad. It was a blur because I ain't fought in 18 months. Now you're coming to tell me to fight with no crowd.
Yeah.
And you're telling me
to,
me to fight a guy that's been active.
Yeah.
Defended the belt 2-3 times. So all this is going in my head. And I'm thinking, raw, I'm really up against it. But you know what? I was born for this.
Yeah.
I gotta do this.
You're definitely the sharper boxer on the night.
If I don't do this now, I don't know when, but I have to do this. This has got to be done now. Forget it. That ring walk there was so, for me, being in the little, because there was a little tent. In that tent for 2 minutes, that's where I switched on.
Yeah.
That's where I said, today's the day. There's no walking. I can walk away now. It's either I walk back to my change room and say, forget this,
or I'll go for it.
And I said, listen, Chris, there's no other way.
100. That was a good fight, Chris, man.
No,
I rated that fight there.
Chris,
still.
you're a bad boy fighter.
100%.
Thank you.
It's only a matter of time, as you said.
For sure.
It's only because you're a bad boy fighter. Trust me, man. People only run when they're scared.
100%.
You get what I'm saying?
100.
I don't want you to name no name because you see what? It's only recently, that I think everybody's really got an understanding of how much boxers duck fights and stuff, you know. Because like the other day, everybody was saying that AJ was ducking Wilder, and then it turned out to be Wilder ducking AJ, and like just little things.
I don't think anybody's ducking anyone in that sense, but what I believe is when you got a fight like that, one or two, or both of them are trying to get the biggest bag possible, and if this ain't the number that you're giving me, forget it. I'm not entertaining this conversation. And that's what I think it is. And you can't blame them, man. We go through hell and back in training.
100%.
Yeah?
At the end of the day, it's a
obviously
business.
It's a business, and they both know their market value. So if Saudi has to come and give these men the bag for them to say, yeah, let's get this on, then let it be Saudi.
Do you think it's possible? Do you think it will happen?
I believe it will happen.
So do I.
I believe it will happen. Now it will. Obviously with Saudi, they're throwing money at sports. We see them with the footballers.
100. It's a
These
madness.
footballers are getting a mad
It's
thing.
a madness.
Yeah.
A man's on 3 million a week.
They're building their own league, innit?
Bro,
Yeah.
bro, a man's on 3 million a week.
Yeah.
And 500 grand for every post that he posts mentioning Saudi Arabia. So if he feels to get up every day this week and make 500 bags from posting something on Instagram, he can. If I feel to. Plus I'm collecting my 3 million tax free.
Tax free.
Mad.
They gave him a 20-room mansion with staff.
With staff. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's a madness still. But I knew
Saudi's gonna buy everything, man. Money makes cash rules, bro.
100%.
And they got the most cash to spend.
And you gotta realize 10 years ago they would have never had any sport event in Saudi.
Never. I reckon
They'll be talking about it's a security risk. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I reckon they're gonna buy the Champions League, man.
It's a madness, man.
I wouldn't be
They're buying
surprised.
their place in it.
Huh?
They're buying their place in the Champions League.
I reckon
they
they'll.
definitely
You see
are.
why? You know why I reckon they'll buy it? Because they'll just change it. They'll just change the
They'll just
rules,
say
innit?
one man
They'll just
can
change the
come, one
rules.
man
Like
can come over.
this is the Champions League for the whole world now.
Yeah.
Everyone around the world plays in the Champions League. They'll just do that. Some,
What would a
some
fight look
crazy
like
stuff.
in Saudi for you? So they come and offer you a bag to fight one of the most feared, or would you even move up a weight class if you had to?
Of course. I'm soon to move up.
So it's hard to make weight now.
Right. It's not hard to make weight. I think it's more of keeping active at the weight, is which is what I want. I want 3 fights every year. So for me to stay at the weight, I gotta be active at it. I gotta make the weight, then put it back on, fight at it, then cut weight again. So it has to be a frequent thing. And where it's less frequent,
Yeah.
obviously it's due to get harder, right? So I gotta be smart, and obviously as you get older, your body don't recover the same. Yeah, I've been fighting since I was 8. I don't think I've had within the age of 8 and the age of 30, I haven't had 1 year off of boxing, like 1 whole year to say, you know what, let me relax, do what I need to do, and next year come back into boxing. I haven't had 1 year. I ain't even had 6 months out of the gym in my whole career since 8 till now. I haven't done that.
That's mad.
And that's a lot of wear and
Dedication,
tear.
bro.
That is mad. Yeah,
A lot of
100.
wear and
That is a
tear.
lot of wear and tear
That's
still.
serious.
So now I'm at a stage in my career where recovery is so important, so important. Like I ain't took a hot shower for about 3 months. Cold showers always, recovery, ice baths, massages, everything. It's just been a daily routine for me. I wake up, cold shower, and it wakes me up, bro, proper. wakes me up, gets me going, gets the muscles functioning.
Like, I'm a pussy.
As a cover.
Yeah, nah, brother.
You think I can get in the cold shower? You see what you see? I'm having
yeah, same here.
I can't do this.
It's a mind thing, innit?
It's a mind thing, 100%. I just go, obviously, when I started, I was like that. I was like, nah, but I said, if I really want to do this thing and really push my career and really make the most of it, I need to start doing these things, and looking after my body is one thing
100%.
I need to do, for sure.
What age would you like to retire from by?
You see, me, that's a hard question for me. I've been doing this all my life. I've had normal jobs outside of that. I've done things to get by and make money outside of boxing, but boxing's just always been number one for me, which is hard. So I don't know. I'll just put it down to my body, and the people I got around me are good peoples, and I'm sure they'll tell me
when they think you're ready.
If you don't know, they'll tell you when they see it.
You see my brother, he will tell me.
Yeah.
See, one thing about my brother, he's never ever tried to like soften the blow from anything for me. Yeah, it's either it was shit, or it's either, yeah, you know what, that was good, you know. Yeah, it's one or the other. Even when I was young, what, I have a bad round, you slapping my head guard, what was that? What's that all about? And I'm like, oh, like don't do that again. You go out there and do what you have to do.
Yeah, man.
And that's what it is. And I've definitely had it hard, for sure. And that's what's made me to the man I am now. And even rolling, certain time I like to roll by myself. I love rolling by myself. I go to eat by myself. I can go a whole day without my phone.
100%.
But then obviously it's important for certain things to, I could go a week or whatever without my phone. I don't need it. It's only because of what I do now is I need it, because it's part of a business.
100%.
So in terms of retiring, I don't know when I'm gonna retire, but from now I'm setting myself up to, once I retire, I can say, okay, I've got this in a pipeline, and I can focus on this. And one thing I've gotten into at the moment is property, of course. And yeah, hopefully by the time I retire, I'll have loads, because you look at people like Kell Brook the other day, he come out in an interview and he's like, yeah, I've retired, I won my last fight, but I'm just lost at the moment. And he was lost, and he's got all this money around him, and I'm sure he knows what to do with it, but he's probably just bored day in, day out.
100%.
Yeah.
A lot of sportsmen go through that, innit?
And I really feel it, and I believe if I start doing certain things now, by the time I retire, I can continue doing them things, and it'll be a lot easier.
100%.
So yeah.
So when can we look for you to be world champion by? Because that's what I'm looking for.
Boy, I'm saying probably the next. I'll give myself when I'm 32, 33, depending on. But you know what it is? What's so crazy is, I wanted big fights probably from the start of like next year. I was like, yeah, 2024, I want these big fights and I want to be headlining soon. But then it's like, coming into this year, I had the British title fight. Then I had this little madness with my man. If he's really on it, we're headlining the end of this year. So that means I'll actually be ahead of what my steps are.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? So boxing is very, very unpredictable.
100%.
Because as Wilder said, he come on TV, he said, you can be bottom broke today, have no fights, and you're just getting by. Tomorrow, you'll be one of the richest paid athletes. And that's how it is. Andy Ruiz. There's loads of fighters that's done it still, but Andy Ruiz is a perfect example.
100.
After the fight with Joshua, what did he say? He said, Mom, our lives are changed.
You're good, you don't have to work
ever. 100%.
Forever. And if you
100.
see him now, you see his house, he's flossing.
He's flossing.
Look at when Charles Martin, he got knocked out by Joshua. First thing he went to do is buy a Bentley. When he got back, as soon as he touched his ends, he said, "Yeah, I bought a Bentley."
100%.
Straight.
Yes, man, still.
A bit of retail.
Before we go, Chris, I want to ask you, what's your 3 favourite boxers of all time?
All time, it's got to be Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, and we've got to go with a new era, Floyd Mayweather.
Right, say no.
Definitely.
So you lot heard it for yourself.
Sure.
Big up. Tune
Thank
in.
you for coming through,
Future
Chris.
champion.
Know the thing
Get
already.
me.
I'll
Love
be back
always.
with a world title around my
Right
waist.
here.
You heard it.
Sure.
You heard it.
Exclusive.
Big up.
Peace.